The landscape and the massive trees and the massive variation in the trees is the first thing you notice.
My first impression, it was seeing the big buttress roots and the massive trees that are just towering over the canopy.
Romero is just, it's incredible.
It seems like around every corner there's a possibility of seeing something really cool. And every day, like, you see something new and special.
We have a really exciting new expedition for volunteers that's heading down to the Manu National Park to a place called Romero, which is located in primary rainforest. So the expedition is quite unique in that it's going to go to 2 different places during the 4 weeks. So the first is the Manu Learning Centre, which is a site that is in regeneration. After they've done that training week at the Manu Learning Centre, they'll then be heading down to a site called Romero, which is located inside the Manu National Park. It's a primary rainforest site, and from there they're going to be out collecting comparative data, which will be compared with that of the regenerated forest at the MLC.
The Manu Learning Centre and Romero are 50 kilometers away in a straight linear distance, but the wildlife you can find is quite different. One of the most amazing things of this place is, like, we're in an area of the jungle that very few people have done any research before. We know very few about what species are here. There could be new species to science that we still have to discover. So we are still creating the baseline data for this place. One of the key main goals in the long term of this research is to develop indicator species and indicator groups of quality of habitat. So we could just identify a group that responds to disturbance in a certain way, and then we could use that to go to different places and in a very quick way gather information about what's the quality and value of the habitat in terms of conservation and biodiversity. In order to achieve our objectives, what we are doing is a few different surveys. One of the main ones has to do with amphibians and reptiles. So we go out at night time when amphibians and reptiles are more active, and then we go and search for them. And then the other main project that we are working in is with butterflies. So we are having traps where we get the butterflies, and then we're just trying to identify as many as we can, and then understanding the patterns of distribution in this location, but also at MLC. So volunteers will be helping a bit in everything in an expedition. They will be helping us with all the field work and data collection. So they will go out, for example, at night, and they will be searching for frogs and reptiles. They will be catching them, measuring them, weighing them, identifying them. So they will have to be learning about what species are found in the area. They will have to learn about the methodologies that we use. So there's a lot of learning experience in this expedition. They will be also helping around camp, for example, with cooking and other small tasks. So it's just a small communal livelihood, which is very nice, and everyone works as a team.
This is an expedition that's designed for people that want to really muck in and get their hands dirty. It's for people that want to get out there and have a fantastic learning experience.
Did it. We're going out every day and checking butterfly traps. So we're getting down these traps and identifying butterflies. I'm getting a lot of practice with research.
Here, every day it's a new frog that I haven't learned or I'm yet to study, and it's just, that blows my mind.
All the scientific data that we collect down in Romero is really valuable, not only for us and for being able to compare it with other different disturbance sites around the Manu region, but it will also be given to the Manu National Park Authority, who will use it in making better informed management decisions about the Manu National Park. There are limited spaces on this, and the reason for this is because the expedition is going to a very undisturbed piece of forest, so to keep the integrity of that, we only have 4 expeditions this year, but I think it's going to be a really valuable experience for those that do get to go down there.
There's no other place, but I've been in this wild and remote and tucked away.
You can't, it's something that you can't appreciate on camera, and you can't appreciate by being described it. I think you just have to see it.
Romero is just what you think about the rainforest. If you see a documentary, that's what you're gonna see. Massive trees, lots of different species, like that feeling of being dining in a massive forest. Really, lots of cool animals, cool plants. It's just life.